Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang bahagia Datuk Seri, Wong Chun Wai, writers and fellow collaborators of the book on moderation, not least Eugene. Congratulations, Eugene, great job. Ladies and gentlemen, when Chun Wai asked me to launch this book, I felt I had to agree instantly because I'm such a huge fan of the Star's campaign on moderation and of course in awe of the passion for moderation that was exemplified by Chun Wai's speech just now. But I have to confess that after then I got a copy of the book and I saw that there was 28 leading lights had penned their opinions on moderation. I did wonder why I wasn't chosen to contribute. Probably Chun Wai, I was number 29 on your list, so I only get to launch the book. But whatever it is, only Chun Wai knows, but with all sincerity, thank you. I am extremely grateful for this honor and the opportunity to be associated with this important, very timely and excellent collection of essays, and also to be given this platform, which Chun Wai might regret, to say a few words about moderation and the discourse. This book nicely complements the successful 2016 Merdeka Malaysia Day collaboration between CIMB and Astro-themed Diversity is Our Strength, which featured 4 original documentaries and the multi-channel showing of the movie Ola Bola. Of course, last month there was also the Star Eco World Anak-Anak Malaysia Walk that attracted some 6,000 Malaysians. I'd like to think that the phenomenal response to these and other similarly themed initiatives in recent times is a reflection of the growing realization amongst moderate yet largely silent majority of Malaysians that we need to assert ourselves and be heard. We need to recapture the discourse, reframe the narrative, and restitch the colorful but tattered social tapestry of this multicultural, multiracial, multireligious nation that we all love and cherish. I believe this book will certainly help that cause. The writers in this book discuss many definitions, experiences, and perspectives of moderation, but there is an easily discernible shared concern about the social political state of our nation. I would add that although the country has done very well economically, the nation is like a 3-legged stool. If the social and political legs wobble, it won't be long before the economic leg starts tottering as well. Social political pressures drive away talent and capital, which are lifebloods of any economy. If the economy deteriorates, social political pressures rise even further. The reactionary rhetoric gets even more rancid. The blaming the other mindset tightens its grip on society, and the national discourse becomes ever more acrimonious. These in turn hasten the economic deceleration. It's a vicious cycle, yet one that usually happens behind the protective veil of proactive fiscal and monetary policies by governments. Economic historians have shown that when a government's fiscal and monetary policy options run out, it always seems sudden and shocking at first. And then some economist steps forward to explain how the rot actually set in a very long time ago. Everyone should have seen it coming. It was all so very obvious. And the children then asked their elders, "Why did you let this happen?" Why, indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if I sound rather alarmist. I don't mean to imply that our nation is teetering on the edge of the abyss. It isn't. But I worry, as expressed by many of the writers in this book, that unless we as a society change our ways, we are slowly inching our way towards a point where the unthinkable starts to seem logical and even rational. For Malaysia, given its unique mix of race, ethnicities, cultures, and religions, as well as its system of race-based political parties, our future was always going to depend on how well we practice moderation when we engage on issues and manage polarities. Idris's favorite word. I think the book covers subtext for moderation. See with clarity, hear with an open mind, and speak with kind words is an excellent definition for the practice of moderation. We should undertake a campaign with this definition to encourage all Malaysians to embrace these simple but inherently powerful traits. Too many people call themselves moderates but are close-minded about the issues on which they differ and even inflammatory in the way they express their disagreement. We should make it clear that having a couple of friends from a different ethnic group and not supporting ISIS does not make you a moderate. It's your behavioral traits that matter. Moderate leadership, on the other hand, is about protecting and advancing moderation. Ironically, it has been the lack of extremism in the defense of moderation that has caused the elevated tensions in Malaysia today. I agree with the writers who say that today's political calculations incentivize leaders to translate dissent and even simple questions into racial or religious terms. As a businessman, one basic lesson I learned is that as soon as you diagnose a flawed incentive structure in the system, you must change quickly or your fears will surely materialize. Ladies and gentlemen, given the increasingly polluted political atmosphere, diminishing trust in our institutions, a general election in the next 2 years, a weak global economic environment, and rising geopolitical tension in the region, it's too easy to paint a gloomy picture of what's around the corner for Malaysia. Surely it's time for preemptive actions. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I would like to take this opportunity to repeat what I have said ad nauseum. We need a national platform for reconciliation, maybe even truth and reconciliation. And we need to discuss moderately, behind closed doors, the long list of sensitive issues that range from state of our education system, affirmative action, the role of religion in national life, the integrity of the federation, the issues of corruption and competitive politics, and of course, rebuilding trust in our institutions. Given the obvious similarities to the National Consultative Council of 1970, I have coined the term NCC2 for this platform. The conditions this time are different, of course. Maybe with the issues at hand and today's demands of governing and the governed, the NCC2 should be set up under the auspices of the Council of Rulers, with the support of the government, political parties, civil society, academics, religious leaders, and businessmen. Ladies and gentlemen, our nation will turn 60 next year. We have come a long way and we have much to be thankful for. However, it is time to ask if the system, mostly designed in 1970, still works well enough. Even the engineers of the system thought we would need an overhaul. I think some of the engineers are here in this room, Tan Sri Raman. You guys thought that we should overhaul the system by 1990. And in those 26 extra years, the rest of the world has changed almost beyond recognition. But for today, why don't we just look at this idea from just one angle? Are there ominous signs that demand a more unconventional national scale initiative at this juncture? Just that one question. To those who question the concept of NCC2, I say, why not? What could be so wrong about a diverse group of the good and the great of Malaysia coming together to have conversations to recalibrate a system that is evidently under stress and strain? If anyone has a better plan, let's talk. But please, first look at my idea with clarity and not with self-serving blinkers on. Then let's discuss options with civility and open minds. I would love nothing more than to have a robust discussion on this idea in the spirit of moderation that we honor today. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.